Good morning, everybody. It's again a nice Tuesday. We're going to start the same boring live trading session that we are doing on a daily basis. And we're going to observe maybe, and even maybe we are going to take some setups. We're going to frame together some Bitcoin, Ethereum. Also, I'm going to watch some altcoins because I think market is in a really interesting point right now. And it's worth taking a look. We're going to make some high time frame analysis uh, and just let you know what I expect from the market in the upcoming weeks, the potential scenarios that could be in play. Uh, all right. And potentially we're going to frame together some setups. That's the aim of this live trading session in the end. Yeah. I was really looking at this setup and I knew that Paul is going to frame it or to take it. So yeah, it's a good setup. I see the 1 hour fair value gap was retested here. It didn't have enough pressure in order to go higher. So I think it's a good setup to take an OCO short order here. Now I don't know if I want to target all the way back to the lows because what I think it will happen is that market will play sort of a fib pong around here. And you can see POC falls exactly, good confluence with 61.8. Hey, Tolga, good morning. Good morning, Tolga. Nice having you here. Also, if I'm looking at the aggregated data, Ethereum has definitely lots of unfinished business to the downside. 4,200 and 4,000 level that's stacked with liquidity. And perpetual spot, 5 minutes. Let me check 15. Mixed signals. Mixed signals saying. So potentially one more swing failure of the highs. And this could be a trap, maybe. Because if you look here, we still have some untapped liquidity here at the highs. So what market makers can actually do something like this. Swing failure once again and then dump from this one at the highs. That can happen actually. If I look at Ethereum, 4,464. Yeah, around this area. I think is the POC, yeah, of this previous range. Yeah. Well, let's see what market gives us first. So, well, as you are already used to this live stream, what we are doing on a daily basis is just framing some setups together, hopping into the market, uh, analyzing the charts, taking some requests, and frankly, based on the request, I think we had very good trades because when you have more eyes in the same direction, in different directions, so more eyes in different directions, then you can cover more ground when it comes potential setups. Um, Solana is still fighting with this value area high here. I had some setups played already on this one, but you can see it's really fighting this area here. 1, 2, 3, 4 times already tapped it. Wouldn't shock me to do something like this. Yeah, sort of a deviation and then attempt again. I don't like this kind of structure. Not a big fan of something like that. All right. Well, let's go through some shitcoins. See some potential plays here. Let me put an alarm on this little trend line in case that the OCO short limit order triggers. If it's a good environment for 5 minutes, well, we need to look at Bitcoin dominance for that. Very good question. But I think the answer lies in Bitcoin dominance right now. Let me see, that was the top. Let's get a regression trend channel, maybe. Not bad. Yeah. Point, let's see. 61.8 then. Yeah, not great, not terrible. So to answer that question, then we need to look a little bit at Bitcoin dominance. And we have an M top here. And there is a chance for the Bitcoin dominance to pump a little bit more to retest this area. I would go with the 5 minutes TAG only if I see a 1 hour, 4 hour M. 1 hour is there, but let's zoom in a little bit more. Because Bitcoin dominance is vital for TAG when it comes to altcoins and trends. We have sort of a deviation here. So we can call it a range basically. Yeah, Bitcoin dominance, it's almost at the top of the channel. I would like a spike to retest this M top, and then I think we can trigger real nice setups across the board. But yeah, for the moment, it's in a range, tight range here. I see some W's. Wouldn't shock me that if on a higher time frame, we even go to bearish retest this high here at 61.8. Have a bearish retest here of the market structure shift, and then dump further. Yeah, I have mixed signals here, but I like this demand forming at the lows. You can see the buying pressure coming in, so we can speak about something like this, and then goes lower, or even to go here. I'm really curious on how aggressive these market makers will get in September, because September is their month, is the month where they are manipulating the price up and down. It will be really, really, really interesting to see how the price will develop. And there are some indications. There are some indications what and where the market might go. Yeah, might want to go. And we'll be going over those things right now. So total tree, for example, I still have this box here waiting for the price action to hit it. We still have a consolidation, which is not bad. It's actually really good because price is just taking its time. But I still think that there will be a potential retest of this demand area here and this V-shaped bottom, because basically this was You can see it was a V-shaped move, and usually it requires a retest. And if we look at a 2 days time frame also, you can observe something interesting is that we have the first candle closing below demand. You can see the neckline, the upper tick body of this candle close where the other candles, yeah, had a nice support. So I'm curious on how Total Tree will reclaim and if it will reclaim this area. Otherwise, I'm still waiting. Nonetheless, I'm still waiting for this manipulation here at the lows. So there's one indication that the market might want to push a little bit lower. It's not too further away, so I don't know why people would panic. It would be a minus 6% on Total Tree, which I don't know would mean minus 10% on some altcoins. Also, if the market makers really want uh, to take this boat to the south, I can also see this one happening here. Weekly fair value gap violation, not necessarily in the 61.8, but you can see it here. We have a weekly fair value gap, which wasn't retested. So swing failure of this pivot low in the previous week low here. It can happen. Yeah. For me to take trades, for me to take new positions to add to my spot portfolio, I'm already loaded up on my spot portfolio, and if I would be to take new positions and add again to my spot bags, that would be on something like this, yeah, and sort of correction like an ABC here, and then go higher. But nonetheless, I still expect the market to go way, 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 way higher. Yeah, with a blow off top and stuff like that, especially on the altcoins, because altcoins they didn't have their 5 minutes, and if you look in the past, I know why people are panicking, but I mean I know because they don't put the time and effort to analyze what happened previously with Bitcoin and altcoins. So altcoins only started to rally after Bitcoin rejected and found the local top. So yeah, I mean PJ is speaking about this stuff in the weekly crypto review. So altcoins started performing, for example, in 2020 only in this phase, only about November, December. So and this is not the local top on Bitcoin. Just wanted to stupid sense. So we are still early on the altcoins, and they can still have a phase where they can dump a little bit more. But I don't see any reason to panic or stuff like that because we are still on the track. Altcoins they are still on the right path, and there's still time for the market to find the local top on Bitcoin, which is not now. So my two stupid cents, I think it will happen about 150, 145 in this area where I have this red line. And I mean, from 15,000 to 150,000, that's a 10x on Bitcoin. So Bitcoin did its job really nicely this cycle, and altcoins will have their 5 minutes once again, and I don't know somewhere maybe around here, and only after that, so only after Bitcoin finds its local top, I think we'll start to see altcoins having their exit liquidity rally, because that's basically what it is, right? So we are still damn early, and I don't know. Let's look at coins like Phil. Well, what do you want from Phil? You always tell us about the Phil. Yeah, I just like it. I like this potential inverse head and shoulders. I like this accumulation. I like the chart overall. Same like Dusk, for example. Yeah, there's lots of coins, and indeed they can still have another swing failure. For example, Dusk here has lots of equal lows in this 0.045. And there's some indications that some altcoins might want to sweep a little bit some liquidity. Um, I think I had a higher time frame plan made somewhere around here. Have I lost it? Whatever. So, for example, here in Ethereum, I'm still expecting for this 4,000 level to be taken out somehow, because if we're looking from a Fibonacci perspective, we have some equal lows right here in this breaker. So it's a very, very good area to scale back into longs. And I think Ethereum is like the same stuff. It's far, 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 far from a top. And if you look in the past, we had the same, at the middle of the road, we had exactly the same hiccups where the market had a retracement. Bitcoin is triggering. Let's see, I'm speaking and I'm not taking the setup. Ah, there, not yet, it's still there. So it's absolutely normal to have something like this and then go to 7,000, 8,000 and stuff like that. As a, I don't know, market vibe check or whatever you might want to call it, we are still on the schedule. Market is still looking good. Doge, actually, I have a setup here on Doge. Yeah, there you go. I'm waiting for this one, for this equal lows on Doge. Market is testing our patience, definitely. They want you to lose hope, to paper hand your bags and then give up to everything and say, well, that was a scam. Let's go back to the 95 and stuff like that. So we have to take everything into account, especially when we are making plans and when we want to make money with those plans, because that's why you are here. You're not here for something that doesn't add value. You want to make some money out of this move. Let's go on Bitcoin. So make some little plans here. I think we traded successfully this area, even though on weekend I didn't took anything. I took this short yesterday. Here at the highs, we booked a 2.1. I didn't took the long because I wanted the swing failure of this pivot low. And now if we look at the market, we left some equal lows here. Look at this one. So I'm expecting, if you think that it's a week with NFP, okay, let's wrap it up and go from the beginning. It's a week with NFP. And there's lots of red folder news. And I think market makers, they will have lots of fun with the liquidity that they're building up and down. And you need to be careful on that regard. Either you want to lower the risk or you want to focus on higher quality, not higher quality setup. I don't like to say that, or higher quality analysis. You want to focus quite well on the moves that you will be executing. Otherwise, you'll get chopped out. So we did book the 2.13 here. I did try a long on Ethereum yesterday on this one. For who managed to make it risk-free at this bearish retest at 1-to-1, because given the environment that we are in, I really like to either move the stop loss at break even when the price has hit 1-to-1 risk to reward, because you don't want the price to go there, especially when you have an entry like this. But it was quite late. I was already sleeping in this area. Or you want to book some 50% partials in your pocket and lower the exposure, like from 5 Ethereum, you will only have like 2, and then you book some profits. And if it hits the stop loss, then the partial you booked here will guarantee the fact that you'll get out uh, without a big loss. But that's the environment. It's quite difficult right now. I'm speaking mainly about Ethereum and Bitcoin. I can see, for example, here, I can see a tap around here at this block. I think those equal highs are sort of a bait until maybe NFP hits. So playing a shark here is not a bad idea on this area. Also, you can see we have multiple confluences, multiple reasons. If you play shark, you want to make sure that you always take it into account and you always play it something like this. It can be bad. Because I think market will really respect this FIP Pong levels, and I don't know, to go with sort of a tree drive, but what I actually think is going on, it's more of a megaphone pattern, uglier megaphone pattern, where they hunt liquidity up and down, and it's quite hard if you don't know how to trade swing failures and deviations and stuff like that. This week needs a retest, for example. Let's put a 78.6. Oh, I was hoping it's a bit lower, but so this week, for example, not great, not terrible actually. But I'm going to look at the 50% of that specific week on 1 hour, not on 30 minutes. Actually, I think it's the thing. So there's a pretty high probability for the price to retest this week to the downside. And there you can punt another 2 to 1. Let me see where the POC is. I think this is an older volume profile. Oh my God. That's too big. And well, the pocket's a bit high for my taste. Target this intermediate cluster here. Not looking bad. If you want to play them, I think they're all right. We have a gap here, which is pretty good for this short setup, and we have this cluster which will protect the stop loss. We can have a violent week until this area, or even this one, or something like this. Sort of a trend line liquidity grab can happen. Not bad. So we have some stuff here going on, and definitely I would play the swing failure of the high, but I have no idea when it will happen. And you know, our job is not to predict when it happens, but your job is to frame your setups and execute accordingly once the market gets to your point of interest. That's what it matters. Now let's get back at Bitcoin. I have a red random line here at 1110, but essentially I think market can even push to 111 or 111,000 here at the highs. Um, this week requires sort of a retest, and I think market goes for that one. Also, guys, I don't think that the market makers they will leave these equal lows untapped. Look at this one, so and this one. It's just, but after that, so when a setup is front run in this style, how we are pointing it out, me and PJ. Well, do you still want this level if the market is it's effing around with your level so much? Are you sure that you still want this level? And that makes me think if the market goes back down in that specific area, uh, I'll look at them, Russian menace. If market goes back to that specific area, do I still want to bid? I would still bid clear reclaim, and I would like to see a violent wick to the downside, something like this, and then maybe I would bid like that. But also it's a manner or a matter of time because I would like to take this one, but it matters a lot for me when it will happen. Like, do we have an open trading session? It's insanely important for me when I'm trading to have a New York trading session opening or a London trading session opening on a kill zone. I don't like scalping uh, or getting into trades without market makers by my side because essentially that's when the volume comes in, and the volume is not from the retails. You have to understand that volume it's coming from the big boys, and you want to trade with them, not against them. Uh, let's make a little administrative stuff, guys. If you didn't manage to retweet so far or comment, please do so. We are 80. Let's get 100 people on board. Let's get 100 on boards. And now let's get back at the charts. Hello, Master. Good morning. So on Bitcoin here, as I was saying about this week to the downside, it matters a lot for me when it will happen, especially if I want a 5-15 minute scalp. I absolutely hate taking trades after the New York PM session. So PM, I don't like close to the end of the New York session, and I don't like Asia because I cannot analyze well the market because I'm sleeping basically. Well, we have a setup. Seems like this one triggered. So it matters a lot when the market hits my point of interest. Usually, I want the market to hit it at New York opening, so in about, let me get it, 16:30, around here, I would like it to happen, and then I would give it plus 2 hours, 3 hours, something like that. You do what you want, Anko. I'm doing what I know, and I'm taking my setups, and you do what you want. I took a 0.5 risk short here. 0.5 risk. Not too shabby, not too fancy, just a damn stupid trade. Okay. So you do as you please, you do as you want. I do what I know best. I'm trading, I'm doing this on a daily basis. Posted it to the VIP guys. I cannot tell anyone what to do. You do what you want. Okay. Let's look a little bit at the Bollinger Bands, higher time frame. We don't have any Lonely officer. Um, Here, for example, the upper band, it's not showing any reversal sign. So yeah, the downtrend is still intact. Usually when you want a reversal, this is a little secret. You want the upper Bollinger Bands to create a reversal. On daily, we have absolutely nothing. On 4 hours, well, the Bollinger Bands, they are tightening. So I think a high volatility move will occur soon. Yeah, this looks like a classic kill zone. Seek and destroy. Kill zone, sorry. Looks like a classic seek and destroy megaphone pattern. But I have too many squiggly lines in retard drawings. I don't know the success of this setup. I really don't care too much about it. I think the market will essentially go and take again this 4 hour high where I have the stop loss, but it can also front run that level as uh, it did lately. Lots of levels were front run, and it left me with the eyes on the sun. Previous day high, Monday high. Well, that's quite irrelevant because market was closed yesterday. Asia range, Asia low, previous 4 hour low. I think this one should be the target basically. 2.17. Not bad. But it's above 2R with a 55, 60% win rate. I have around 60% win rate. It's all right. Uh, Previous month low. Okay, that's mistaken. Previous day low. Quarterly open. This quarterly open dance, the price is just dancing and hovering around the quarterly open, and it's trying to front run that level too much. But when we look at the chart, we are below the previous month mid and previous month high. But uh, what is quite important on Bitcoin right now is how the price will work around the monthly open. It's insanely important here at 108 200. If it's losing that level, I think essentially we can speak even about the retest of 102 or this equal lows here at 104. I say that the price has danced way too much with these levels here at 107 200, and I think they are already played out. And in terms of a range, you can see it here. Once the price has accepted, let's go on 12 hours. Let's once the price has accepted inside this particular range, it will be quite hard for the price to get above it. And what will happen? Yeah, let that one over there. Especially, I think price will go retest the POC here at 105, 104, this area, and even go for the value area low here at 102. Man, the comments are killing me. I don't like I don't like when I'm reading liquidation and crap like that. Also, for example, the short that I framed here, it was also framed on Twitter. You can go on 10, 12 August, you will see that this short was publicly framed. And take profit was here. I was retarded here. Well, you're the most retarded person. Why would you do that? Well, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just playing my setups. My setups are retarded. I think for making money, you don't have to be that smart. You just have to play clear plans. You don't need to be that smart, guys. Trust me. in order to make money. A stupid person with a plan is way more profitable than a smart person without a plan. Always remember that. All right, so essentially, for example, here you can see we have a volume cluster, and that's why the price is bouncing. But what worries me, I mean, not worries, but it's absolutely normal, is that if this one fails to hold, we have a big volume gap, and the price will seek to create efficiency. What that means is that the price will teleport through the POC here at 105,000, 104,000. So if we are failing to hold this area, which I think is just a manipulation, just inducement on Bitcoin, we'll do something like this and then go straight to 104. So that's why I think it's a pretty good area to look for shorts here at 111,000. Something like this. Definitely target those lows and then target the 104.89. And what's that random level there? Just random levels. Well, let's frame together one. I think this one will, yeah, whatever. It's just a 0.5 risk. The guy with the liquidation in the comments, I don't know if it's good for you to take any trade if you say that you've been liquidated a few days ago and made it all back. I think you should go in the park and then start learning how to trade. Liquidation, there is not a, you're not allowed to to have that word in your vocabulary as a trader. .23. Yeah, not a bad one. Not a bad one. I think I'll take this one. I go with 1%. Let me post it on the VIP. Then we can, let's take this one out. All right. We closed the high time frame candle just now. We closed the 4 hour. Yeah, we closed the 4 hour. Yeah, I don't like that. We have a 4 hour FEG and look at this order block. But I mean, this week to the downside has to be retested. Market is really damn weird because it's full of mixed signals. I mean, yeah, we have a bullish fair value gap. This week should be retested. Yeah, this week to the downside. This V-shaped bottom, you can see it should be retested. This 1 hour FEG. I don't know. There is no uh, well, they are random level disconnects. They are just random levels. Okay, let's get back to the charting. So I have framed some setups here, the higher time frame one and the lower time frame one. Now I think we can go a little bit over altcoins. Let's go on 15 minutes. I don't know. Maybe we can find some alts. Enna. I don't know why I didn't took this one. Don't ask me. I mean, yeah, it was middle of the night for me, but it's just stupid. Yeah, whatever. Next boss. Trump TP1 hit, it's risk free. It can do whatever it wants now. Mm, Let's look for some setups here. 78.6. Not looking bad for a potential long here. But what I don't like, man, I'm obsessed with these equal lows on Doge. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but they are too obvious and they are just waiting for. This pump and dump is crazy. Atom. What do we have here? We still have a limit order waiting for to sweep these lows. So that's why I essentially think that market will do sort of a dump like this and then reclaim. And then yeah, maybe we can go higher. But you see, I have lots of stinky pieces like this one. But when AB equals CD to the downside, still waiting for a fill. Same stuff with dot. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 equal lows here. AR, it's coming to my limit order. It's coming to Papa. We have a nice unretested double here. Liquidity swept. It's a pretty nice setup here on AR. You see, guys, in trading, there's a lot of patience which is required. For example, I waited for this trade for 53 days, and I will show you also um, Tao. I'll show you also Tao, which I have uh, exactly the same stuff. I waited for it lots of time. All right. So you need patience for stuff like that. And then you'll have a very good entry, and then people will call you lucky. Well, you've been lucky again with your random level. S, I'm waiting for a fill here at 0.28. You can see it. Injective, it's coming to give me an entry. I don't know, lots of say I'm still waiting for an entry, doing failure of this equal lows. Tau, well, you can see Tau is just rejecting this M top trend line, fake out, bearish retest, and goes lower and lower. And now if we can look at the target for this potential AB equals CD, well, it would point it here at 276. So still lower to come. We have a nice setup here. Look at the equal lows in the 78.6, but I'm not a big fan of what happened on 1 hour time frame. And no, I wouldn't take this one as a bullish market structure shift because it's damn weak, the price action. You can see we had one here, wasn't respected. We had one here, and then the price said, well, fuck you. So, no, doesn't look that great. Curious if the, no, that was hit. Stop loss was hit on THG 4 hour on Litecoin. Well, not a easy environment to trade, definitely. We had a nice shorting opportunity here at the top, the swing failure of this level. I think I still have the trade. The small one. Yeah, I still have it. Damn boring. I wouldn't encourage to push the pedal in this environment, guys. To make a little wrap up. And I don't know about the request. I mean, I would more focus on you protecting your capital than finding lots of setups, which in this environment they have a low probability. FIDA. FIDA is creating ranges and then it's leaving them. It's saying bye bye. So there's some systematic selling pressure coming in on this one. Does it have unlocks or stuff like that? I would go and bid around 0.064. That would be a good area. Even this flat candle bottom, big failure of that one. It's not looking bad. If I would do something, it's actually encourage not to force it this week, not to push the pedal too much, because I think you will end up by losing money. If you want to go on a high time frame and just play it spot, well, that's what I will do. I will take one scalp here, one scalp there, like you see here on Ethereum, the ones that I frame, and that crappy, which is not looking that great anymore on Bitcoin, but it's still there. It was a setup. I take it. Has this equal highs, maybe one more sweep. But essentially, I do think that this move can happen here on others and 12 hours. And we can get some discounts before the market goes way higher here at the original consolidation. Because we have a market maker buy model in progress when it comes to specifically this area. Yeah. And it will go for the highs here at 500 billions. It's a matter of when, not a matter of if. And also I have a target of 1 trillion here. Multiple confluences are showing me that. But I repeat, protect your capital when it comes to this week. I think it will be lots of fuckeries. I also seen that Trump has an announcement today. He has an announcement to make. Usually these announcements, I'm not sure if you want to hear them or wait for them. Let's see Litecoin if I see anything interesting on that one. Well, had a swing trade. It's out. Well, I have no idea where it's going, but maybe we can find some good levels around here. I think we can see it at 97 easily, Litecoin. Yeah, I think we can see it. Check Thai. I have a bag of Thai. I have a bag of Thai. I already did the sell half on a double from 0.04 to 1. Yeah. And if you want to bid again, I would go with these areas. I think this lows will be retested. This V shape is just consolidated and Polix. Polix. As I said, I won't take too many requests because I don't want people to take too many setups. If you want high time frame, yeah, that's all right, like daily to weekly time frame. But market is not in a status where you should push the pedal right now. It's just not the ideal environment. Well, take the lows here. That's what I expect from Polix. Zero, like 0.1. That would be the ideal level. Um, I see that I received some DM. Guys, so if you want to, when it comes to education and learning how to trade and navigate these markets and, well, play the setups day in, day out and bet with the winning horses with the probabilities, you can join Capua One or Capua Tube depending on your experience. So if you're already a swing trader and investor and you have experience in that regard, then you can go with Capua Tube. If you don't have experience in swing trading and in investing and you don't know too many things about Fibonacci, about ranges and stuff like that, I recommend Capua One. Start with the fundamentals, and especially because I see so many people being uh, taught in a wrong manner about leverage, about risk management, about journaling. It's so important. It's the most important part from trading. So, and that's what PJ is taking care for on Capo One. So if you want to learn, you can DM me or Paul in Discord. And regarding to VIP, we have it until Friday when we will close. I don't want after Friday in the weekend. I don't want to I don't know, get to administrative stuff because I think next week will be really nice because when market is really bad like we have now and it's liquidating the crap out of people because they are over leveraging, over risking, and pushing the pedal in the wrong environment. After the market cleans everyone, it will be really easy mode and we can actually push the pedal. So it's really important to know when to push the pedal and when the proper environment uh, it's showing itself. You can find the website in the description and the invitation in the Discord, and then you can first DM me if you want VIP. So you cannot get in VIP without discussing with me personally. Well, it's not a good thing to get liquidated, and it's not a good thing to uh, also that you made all back is not a good thing. It means that you're not using proper risk management. Well, market is still there. We have this M confirmed right now. We have a 15 minutes close. This candle, it's the selling pressure is there on this one. But as I said, with the red folders and with the NFP week, I don't expect to be a such a great week where you can push the pedal and have lots of profits to be made. Let's delete these ones a little bit and frame them individually actually. And get them back after. One second. Not Twitter. Discord is the best platform. I'm not answering to all the DMs. I receive way too many DMs, and I'm just not opening them anymore because if you want to get serious, you'll put the time and effort to get in Discord, and then you will DM me there. All right. Yeah, very good point, Albert. Very good point. Market makers, they are really doing an amazing job with killing the belief in the altcoin season. Uh, Very good point, man. Especially because it will be so fast. I mean, people are waiting 4 years basically for only about 2 months of the whole cycle, and no one knows. Well, maybe you have some indications, but cannot pinpoint and put your finger uh, and say, well, there you'll have the altcoin season. But that's the I don't know the beauty of it, because if you don't have a plan, yeah, the market will punish you, and that's why only few of those people. That's why it will be so easy to pump these coins to astronomical levels, because they will be illiquid. Not too many people are invested. You think about if everyone is investing and the market cap goes to 10x or 5x from here, they will be way harder to be moved if everyone is with the bags loaded. So that's their psychological game, to have the market easy manipulated and create that impression it will never come. Uh, Alice, I think Alice, it's on my bucket list to put it like that. I think I'm waiting for another swing failure here for a three drives, waiting for the third drive. And I said that it's an easy sell half on a double if we get that third drive here. This is what I'm expecting in the upcoming weeks, guys. It's good that I found it now. I'm expecting for a week like this, because this week will take out every over leveraged gambler who, because there's lots of them, over leveraged gamble who will say, well, I will catch the bottom and I will make it with one trade, because it's such a um, spreaded impression about the fact that you need one trade to make it. It's so shitty. Yes, I'll post Ethereum too. Thanks for reminding Node. Let's take this one out because it's already played out. Yeah, exactly, Albert. Exactly. Look at also CFX. I mean, look at this one here. Yeah, we bought around here at the bottom, and now people they are asking about it here at the top. After it made almost 5x. Yeah, it made almost 4x. Sorry. Then people they will ask for it, and it was instant pump. Look at this daily candle. Yeah, instant pump. That's how it will happen. And imagine you are waiting for this rally and you are trying to pinpoint it. I'm not a fan of doing that. I'm just doing my plans and uh, respecting them. Let me. They are all crap, Jake. They are all. Their job as an entity is to take your money. That's how they can make money. So, do you want to collaborate with someone that his job is to make money on your back? If you want, it's your job. I am totally against them. If you have $1,000 in your pocket, start learning how to trade, develop a plan, develop a strategy, find your edge, start journaling, and then you will see that start to grow those $1,000 into 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, and so on. Uh, so absolutely no. I I tested about 7 prop firms last year. I took the exams, and all those stupid rules and all those slippages and all those uh, they just want you to lose. That's the fact. They don't want you to be in a position of power, put it like that. So no, I'm absolutely against them. Okay, I posted the trades. Let's go on Matic. Matic. What's happening? Polygon. Well, is this Matic? What's the ticker? They rebranded, I think. No, I don't like them. I don't encourage them. I cannot stand them. Any of them. All of them are the same. So no. And you can go on Discord and you can search in the history and you'll see the test that I was doing and the emails that I was having from them. Well, you cannot withdraw your money. We need a proof of your face and of your picture with your mother and with your kids and stuff like that. All sorts of cannot work with that bank. We cannot send you the money there. Yeah, I had some successful withdrawals from some of them. Nice, you got Alu. Well, Matic is trying. I wouldn't be bullish here from a range perspective, and I'm not a uh, breakout trader. I'm a retest trader, something like this, like we had here. This is something I would buy. If the price goes parabolic like this, all right, I will buy it here at this retest. You do what you want, I do what I know. So this is an absolute no. I wouldn't buy it here. Yeah, I'm in Paul. I understood. Uh, yeah, I went to Sonic. I framed that one. Well, right now we have that Anon. which is looking good. It doesn't quite care about the market right now. We got a 40% move. I'm not yet sell half on a double because I have to sell half on a double here at 5. Not bad. Not bad of a trade. Not too bad. Well, as I was expecting here on Ethereum, on Bitcoin, I think it will go for the highs. Well, guys, wrapping it up slowly. Um, I think we can call it a session. I don't want to push the pedal too much on with too many setups because I really don't like the red folders that we have. We have an NFP week, the Trump announcement, surprise announcement. I think the market makers they will have so much fun with the liquidation levels of retailers. And I would like to be part of that only if I get an edge, something like this. We ask for swing failure, the lows, maybe 5 minutes reclaim after the New York trading session opens. Right now, uh, we get into that launch session in 1 hour, and it will be that period where you don't want to trade too much. So if you guys, you know where to find us on Discord. You can hop up there. You have the link on the description. As Paul said in this morning, it will not be live anymore for too long because we want to make it private and it will go private after 2,000 people. We're not interested in having everyone on board. We're interested in having high quality members, the ones that put the time and effort. Well, TAG, I found that it's one of the best methods to trail node. One of the best methods to trail. So use TAG for trailing. If the 5 minutes trend it it stops you out, then you just want to get out from the trade. Maybe you want to use yeah. So if you took I don't know an initial W around here, let's say you took this one, you want to trail it with TAG. Once the TAG stops you out, maybe you can trail with one step behind the price action, so you can put a stop loss here. Yeah, if it goes like this, then you move the stop loss here. And if you get stopped out, boom, that's it. I like using TAG for trailing a lot, especially when I'm scalping and I go with 1 3 minutes entry, then I can trail with a higher time frame TAG entry. 5 minutes, yeah, it's perfect. That being said, thank you very much, you guys, for tuning in. Today will be, uh, yes, it will be public, the New York trading session. So if you want to join, it will be having place on Crypto Traders Arena live stage. You can see the stage there. You also can go and see the schedule because we have a schedule where you can see the 3 events. We have the London trading session, which is basically this one. Then we have the New York trading session, which starts in 4 hours and 30 minutes from now, which will happen on the stage day, and everyone will have access to it. I repeat, be more cautious about the market right now, and don't become exit liquidity for the market makers, guys. Have patience and push the pedal when the market is giving you the opportunity, not when the market wants to take everyone's money from their pocket. So have patience. Thank you very much for tuning in. Bye bye.